Now let's try and understand about various other equalities that we are striving for. See, if you are living in a village, in a rural area, you know about your caste as such from the very beginning, from your childhood. You have an experience of it. You know that what caste you belong to and how are you going to behave and what are the things. But it seems as if the picture is different in the urban areas, as if the people do not believe in the caste system. But that's not the case. If you pick up a very prestigious newspaper, you will see various matrimonial columns who would clearly say the Jat, the Sikh, the Punjabi and so on, which means that the caste system is deeply prevalent even in the urban areas. We are not free, we are not devoid of these castes in the urban areas. Now we are going to pick up two examples, one from the rural India and one from the urban India, which is going to tell us that the caste system is there in both the places. First of all, about rural India. We will talk about the example of Om Prakash Valmiki, who was a Dalit. Dalit, the word Dalit means broken. And he has written in his autobiography named Juthan, in which he says that he was discriminated, not liked and insulted at school. He was told to sit outside his classroom and could not sit with other boys inside. And the teacher used to punish him at the drop of the hat. And he was told continuously by the teacher to go and sweep the playground of the school. And he says that my body stature was so small and the playground was very, very large. And I found it very difficult to sweep the playground. The headmaster kept sitting in his office and looked at it. He was relieved of this sweeping job only when his father was passing by from the school, who entered and saw his son sweeping. He came and shouted at the teacher and the headmaster, and he said, "Fine, I am taking away my child from here, but there are going to be many more Dalits, many more Om Prakash who are going to study in this school. You cannot keep discriminating. You cannot keep behaving in this manner for years to come to other students." That was an example of a rural India. But let's talk of an example of urban India. There is a story of Mrs. and Mr. Ansari, who were well off and who had come new in the city and were looking for a rented apartment. As money was not a problem, they went to the property dealer, who assured him that he knew of number of places and took them to those places one by one. When they entered the first apartment, they really liked the place and they wanted to rent it. They wanted to take it on rent. But the landlady, when she inquired about the name, she suddenly changed. She said that she was not willing to rent out to a person who was a non-vegetarian because all other in the apartment were vegetarian. Whereas the Ansaris claimed that they could smell the fish being cooked in the house. That was just an excuse that the landlady gave. And similar thing kept happening from one apartment to another, wherein the people started giving lame excuses as they didn't want to rent it out to Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. The property dealer had one idea, and he said that it would be nice if they would change their name to Mr. and Mrs. Kumar, which the Ansaris did not agree to, as they felt that their dignity would be tarnished if they do so. Well, after lots of hard work, ultimately they found a person, a landlady, who was willing to rent them out an apartment, and they got a place to live.